Okay, here we are. Good morning. We're on Latina Christiana II, Lesson 8. And at the beginning, we have some sayings and translations, and I just want to go over them because most people had them, but there were a couple of people who had some trouble. Retro Satana. That one was get thee behind me, Satan. We learned that in class this year. And natura non facit saltum. We learned that this year too, last week. Nature does not make leaps. That saltum means leaps. And we know that from somersaults. Somersaults is a leaping roll. But this one, maybe you don't remember from past, and I heard it wasn't easily found in the book. Tibi gratias ago means thank you. Whoops. So we all need to know how to say thank you. Tibi gratias ago. Thank you. Now let's go down to drill A. In drill A, we have a list of nouns, and we are supposed to identify case, number, and translate their meanings. All right. Now, this is what we worked on our last quiz. This is not easy, and I do believe it will show up on our quiz again. So what you really need to do is you really need to try to do these without me. Pretend it's like a quiz, and then come back and check. So if you haven't tried already, I'd like you to shut off the video and come back. The first thing you want to do is you want to write up your little chart on the side. You're not going to have this chart on the quiz. So never give Daus any apples. And I noticed on our last quiz that some people had a little confusion as to these any apples. What are those two different cases? Nominative, subject, genitive, possessive of, dative, indirect object, to or for, accusative, direct object, and ablative, in, by, with, or from, object of the preposition. So we know this is accusative because we remember making that little fist, our little sign language M, os, accusative. So maybe if you forget which one's accusative, at least in second declension masculines, you can remember that little sign language fist that we made with a sign language M to remember accusative. So we go over here to we co, we look at our ending, and we co, we chant that wikis, wiki, as our word, so we know it's in this declension. And the O could be in dative or in ablative. So we're going to say dative / ablative. And for, whoa, that didn't look so hot. Okay, let me try to fix that. Dative and ablative. And for number, that was on the singular side. Dative and ablative. Singular, and it means to or for dative, and ablative by, with, from, the Wikoswiki, the village. There we go. That had quite a bit on it, and that would be worth quite a few points in your quiz. Apostoli, we chant apostolus, apostoli. It shows up a couple places. First of all, that E shows up in genitive, and that's on the singular side. So I'm going to put the singular with the genitive. Up here, both of these dative and ablative were both with singular, so on the singular ones. And then the other place that E shows up is over here in nominative plural. Nom, plural. And now we've got to define it. Genitive, possessive of the apostolus. So it's of the apostle. Or nominative plural is just plural apostles. There we go. And put a comma there so it doesn't get of the apostle or the apostles. Now we have Romanorum. Romanorum's fairly easy because there's only one orum. Orum is genitive, and it's on the plural side. Genitive, possessive of the Romanus, Romani, and it's plural of the Romans. Christianos. There's the os. We find os over here in accusative, and it's on the plural side. And so we don't chant any preposition with accusative, so we're just going to do the plural. We'll say the Christians. That one's pretty easy. Now we go to libris. There's two ises. Dative is and ablative is, and they're both on the plural side, so we'll go dative, ablative, plural. And what do they mean? Dative, indirect object, to or for. Ablative, in, by, with, or from object of the preposition, so we'll put by, with, from, the. Libris, from the books, because it's on plural. More than one book. Lupum, us, eo, there it is, in the accusative, on the singular side, accusative singular. And we don't chant a preposition with accusative, so it is the lupus, the wolf. Whoa, that's weird. I don't want to have that come up. The wolf. There you go. That's that first section of drill A. Now I want you to think very closely. If that was on a quiz, how well did you do? Is it because you don't know this chart really well, and when you have a lot of trouble setting up the chart, then you'll have a lot of trouble decoding these words? Is it because you're rushing too fast? You're not taking time to do the case and the number for all of them? That's a check for you. Now we're looking at drill B. Drill B is going to be going the opposite way. Instead of giving us a Latin word and us parsing and telling what case it is and what number it is, we're going to be given a Latin word and given a case and number, and we have to change that Latin word to that case or number. So we're given cella, and we need to turn cella into the genitive singular. Wow, that flips our brain. So cella is feminine, and genitive singular would be cellae, because there's the genitive, and this happens to be the singular side. So genitive singular, cellae. That's pretty easy. I think it's actually easier than the other way. Cellae. Now we're going to do a masculine with vicus, and we're going to do genitive singular. This is singular, this is plural, and it's going to be e, cellae and vici. Now, if you had not done this section, I want you to try to do 2 and 3 on your own and then come back and check it with me, because that way you can learn. All right, if you've checked it, we're going to take willa and we're going to change it into accusative plural. Oh, look at that, I had it wrong. As for plural, so accusative, oh, Mrs. Proctor, excuse me. Late night last night. That was correct. I was on the wrong. Accusative, as. So, for willa to be accusative plural, it's willas. And I'm just too tired to even fix that silly mistake I almost did. And lupus, we're going to go to accusative plural, os, so it's going to be lupos. Now let's look at the third. Vita and agnus. So vita in dative plural. Dative, indirect object, plural. So what will it be? It'll be vitis. Vitis and vitis. And agnus, dative plural, agnis. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Now we're going to look at drill C. For drill C, We are purely declining our nouns. So conjugation is for verbs, declining is for nouns. So on drill C, they've given us the noun. Oh, if I can get my pen back on this board. Oh, there. The noun liber. Liber. And I know this threw us for a loop. Liber is just the same as if it was an us ending. And us are both nominative masculine endings in the second declension. So liber, libri, and we have that little stem change. So we have to do our genitive singular to find the stem. The liber is our stem. Liber, libri, libro, librum, libro. There we go. I fit it in. Libri, librorum, libris, libros, libris. Not too hard. We've got the same one. It's same magister. And we've seen that magistra is teacher. Magister is the masculine teacher or master. And magister, magistri. So we've got that little stem change here. We need to have magister as our stem. Magister, magistri, magistro. Oh, I can fit this in. Magistrum. Magistro. Magistri. Magistrorum. Magistris. Magistros. Magistris. So it's the same masculine endings. Whoops, I don't want that to come up. The only thing that's different is instead of an us, it's an So just pretend this was an us. Us, e, o, ho, e, or, mi, so, sis. But we have a new masculine nominative. E, o, ho, e, or, mi, so, sis. E, o, ho, e, or, mi, so, sis. And this is where we need to be very, very careful that our stem comes from the genitive singular. It doesn't come from the nominative, or we will lose this special R that we need to have in it. All right, on to the next section. Okay, now we're on exercise A, where we're going to translate. Lucia librum habet. So we're looking for our subject noun. So we're going to make pen back on the board. Subject noun is Lucia. What is being said about Lucia? Lucia habet. Habet what? Habet librum. You should probably, without even having to think about endings or anything, be able to just tell me what that says. Lucia, Lucy, has a book. If you could just read that, Lucy has a book, then you are reading Latin. Romani, Gallos, superant. What is being said about the Romani? The Romani superant. Superant whom? The Gallos. So that's pretty easy. Romani, the Romans. Superant, conquer or overcome. The Gallos, the Gauls. Only thing tricky about that one is it was plural. Romani and Gallos. Excellent. Agricola lupum non amat. Okay, so what is being said about the Agricola? The Agricola amat. Amat how? Non amat. And what does the Agricola non amat? Non amat the lupum. That's very easy. The farmer. doesn't, there's the non, naughty non, doesn't love the lupum, the wolf. No, because the wolf causes trouble for him. Christiani deum laudant. What is being said about Christiani? Christiani laudant. What do they laudant? They laudant, or who do they laudant? Deum. Christiani, the Christians, or just Christians is fine. Laudo laudare. Christians praise Deum, God. Christus apostolos vocabat. Now I notice right away there's a ba in there, so we're going to pay attention to that. All right, what is being said about Christus? Christus vocabat. Vocabat whom? The apostolos. All right, Christus, Christ. Ba gives us the tense sign of was. He was vocare. Christ was calling the apostolos, or the apostles. And we know that it's plural because it's an os. All right, I believe that we did almost all of exercise B, and we may have even done this one in exercise B too. The books are new, but I don't know if everyone got it checked. So all of exercise B should be done. We did it in class. Libri, the books, equals sum est, sumus esti sunt. So they are plural, so sunt. The books, they are. Novus, noa, noam, new. And we're going to take one of those news and we're going to match it with libri. So libri sunt novi. The books are new. All right, so if you have accomplished all of this, then I think that you are doing a very good job of being able to parse, being able to see what these special endings mean, how these special endings are used. And if you wish to have the bonus point on your quiz, then you will have to go to the Latina Christiana chance page and find the picture that I have added on this week. And you'll have to write down the name of the item that I added in the picture. So go to the Latina Christiana chance page. Hey, that's the page you're on to watch this video. Look for the picture. All right, bye.